Alright guys, I'm just mucking around showing people just how easy some of this stuff is. Now, normally when Unreal Engine people, when they give you stuff, you don't really need to fix anything because it's usually a little bit of an older asset and therefore it's been tweaked. But sometimes when they go up an engine version, it might break the odd little thing. And one of the biggest issues people have with a lot of this stuff is they'll be running along and they'll fall through a floor. And the big issue you have is that if it's a blueprint of something, and a blueprint's just like it says, it's got pieces that are all put together, and you just drag the blueprint into your scene, and it puts the whole thing there and uses all kinds of different parts. What you have to do is you look on the left hand side and you'll see there's a list of these parts. You go back into a directory called meshes, you edit that part, and on the right hand side, you scroll down until you see where it says collision. And what you want to use is complex as simple, because the button up at the top doesn't seem to grab stuff properly. I don't know why. I should actually tell Unreal that. It's still not quite working. And in fact, it kind of broke this one because it wasn't broken before in 4.2.2 or 3, and seems that when you go in between these two guards to the next thing, that's why I added this thing here thinking, oh my, it's going to fall through, but I don't need that anymore. In fact, I could put the carpet back that was in there and fix everything up now that I know that that was what the issue was. Because what I was doing was getting up on this and then getting into here, and I'd get to here, and because there was no collision, you just fall through the floor. Now that's all fixed. And it just seemed that this one little floor piece was the problem. And anything you set on top of it inherits that. And therefore, once you get onto the carpet, you just fall through the carpet, which falls through the floor, which falls to nothingness. But anyway, it's a neat little thing I'm setting up here. It's just sort of a meeting area where I'll have this will be like you'll have some kind of bad guy in here, and he'll have a meeting with somebody, and these are his guards at the side. This is an ancient library, and you know, who knows where we'll go with it, right? And took a couple of minutes, and you can just have fun with this stuff. Now, if you had a gaming group, you could have a dungeon master who makes up little scenes like this, and instead of having somebody draw stuff, you could just quickly animate something like this, and then get together on the weekend and do something like this. Now, mind you, it's a little bit of a work, right? But it's not that hard, right? You know, and this is what I was showing the one guy Herbert, or the horror guy there that does the reanimator stuff, right? A neat looking little library, isn't it? You know, and the other kicker here is anything that you do want to actually buy from Unreal, you can find some really good deals there. I usually wait for them to have sales, and then I get stuff, right? Like even one guy was saying they threw a $200 pack up for nothing here, and he was saying he bought it before, but he doesn't get upset because they give him so much other stuff, and then you feel like, well, I feel cheap if I don't give him a couple of bucks, and that's the way to do business, right? When you give everybody, you know, so much that they just go, wow, this is really cool. And so yeah, I just wanted to show that. Now, this little white guy here is the base character that comes with it. You can change that, and if you go over here, this is a skin that you can use on this guy here. Now, see how he's moving a little bit? That's his idle pose, right? And it's the Fang Mong guy that is like a Chinese quarterstaff guy. But I like him because he looks like a really creepy, evil, dude. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, this looks like a guard, right? Where he looks like in his main character like a character, right? And this is what I was trying to explain to people is not only do you get the 30 characters of Paragon, you get the skins. And once you learn how to do that, what you do is you drag in the animation, right? The animation pose there, and you make both him and the animation able to use a human rig, and then you can have a drop down menu, and in that drop down menu you can change things like um, what mesh you want to use, right? In fact, I could switch this guy out now to another character altogether as long as they're all using that human rig and can use that pose, right? They'll they'll usually be able to do that, but sometimes you'll get some of the Paragon characters that are radically different enough it might look funny, which is fun to do too. I like messing with this stuff where I wreck things and then I try and fix them up and do weird shit too, right? This is all part of the fun. But you see, imagine, you got a whole area in here to run around in, right? Okay, there's lots of potential that you can use for these little things, and this is what I say. So, whoop, see, right there. Anyway, take care, guys. Gotta fix that hallway now. Bye.